is the on-track school summer series Moto for Kids Racing, brought to you by No Cap Soda Pop here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Give a quick shout out to the series supporters. There's a lot of them. Couldn't do it without you guys. Fox Racing, BC Goggle Company, FMF, Guts, TBDMX, Kurt Caselli Foundation, Spec Bolt, Temecula Motorsports, Dunlop Tires, ODI Grips, Moto Club Jerky, Nackstar, Motosport.com, Babes in the Dirt, ETS Racing Fuel, Twisted Development, Bob the Cooler Company, keeping our No Cap Soda Pop nice and cool today, and Action Factory providing the shade that I'm sitting under as we speak. Moto's about to get started here, and thank you for joining us here on the Moto for Kids Racing YouTube.
So as we take this parade lap, as we take this lap of love, we're here to honor Brooke's life and the impact she has left on us. She has left on the moto community. She has left on this world. And our hope, my hope, is that I'm able to leave an impact on this world the way she is right now, the way we're gathered in her name, and the way we're talking about Jesus because of her today. So as we take this lap of love, take it slow and take it in memory of her. This is to honor her life, right? Amen? Okay, I'm going to pray, and I'll turn it over to you guys. Lord, as we honor Brooke's life, God, I thank you so much for the impact that she left on this earth. Lord, I pray that you would open our eyes to eternity. Open our eyes to that this life is brief. Our tomorrow is not promised. Help us to put our faith in you for all of eternity so that we can spend all of eternity with you. Your love is everlasting. It never fails, Lord. So open our eyes to how good you are, Jesus, and help us to honor Brooke's life today. Thank you for the impact that she had on this world, and thank you for the time that she had on this earth with her family, with her friends, with this community right here. Lord, we praise you for this day, and we give you this time. We do this lap in honor of Brooke's life and to glorify you. We pray these things in Jesus' holy name. Amen. All right, the girls right here will lead it. You guys fall in line. Don't pass any moves on the ground.
Out here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. It's really cool seeing this track open back up to racing action. Beautiful facility out here. Shout out to Jason Baker from Dream Tracks. Really dreaming up a new version of what used to be the only track in Southern California with big jumps. Looks like they're back. Today we have the track modified just a little bit for some of our younger racers out here, but this track has shaped up really nice for racing, and we are happy to be out here with them. Second time we've raced Moto for Kids Racing out here at Elsinore, and it will not be the last. Again, if you're joining us on the live stream on YouTube, welcome. I am your host, Joey, here at the Moto for Kids Racing on-track school summer series, brought to you by No Cap Soda Pop and all of our sponsors here at Moto for Kids Racing. Make sure to follow along on Instagram, Moto, the number 4, Kids Racing. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, it takes 1 second to click that subscribe button, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Tell your friends, send the link to grandma and grandpa, teach them how to use YouTube. Next up is going to be our 85cc open age on the gate now. And we're about to drop the gate. Race number 6, 85cc open age. Again, thank you for joining us here on the Moto for Kids Racing YouTube live stream. Bikes are on the track, 85cc open age. Looks like a clean start. Looks like CJ Stoner out front. Really fast Moto for Kids regular out here. Been very impressive as of late. We'll see how it looks when they come around. Again, this is our 85cc open age on the track now. Looks like Brennan made his way up to third there. Some great racing in this class, like we mentioned earlier. Nice pass there by the number 3 into second place. This is going to be a good one. It already is a good one. We're shaping up for some wire-to-wire action here. 85cc open. Here they come back into this section towards the scoring tower. Looks like Stoner out front. Brennan in third. Or in second, pardon me. Again, you can follow our live timing and scoring on the Moto for Kids Racing website. Ooh, here we go. Looks like a pass. Oh, they're all over each other for the lead. We're having a great time here on the live stream. It's our first time doing this. We appreciate you all tuning in and hanging out with us, but for now, it's all about the 85s. It's Chase Brennan, Logan Olberg, and CJ Stoner, your top 3. It's Brennan, Olberg, Stoner, Hayes, Hopkins, Smith, Pacheco, Anderson, and Davis. And there's action from first all the way to 16th place in this class. Chase Brennan, Logan Olberg, CJ Stoner, Dylan Hayes, Adrian Hopkins, Felix Smith, LJ Pacheco, Tate Anderson, Logan Davis, Nick Almonte, Mason Bowie, your top 11. Shane Kuhn, Bobby Steffen, Coulter Raper, Deegan Cornelius, Ryder Club, Christian Granados, and Jameson Dash, rounding out your top 18. 85cc open age racers on the track now, giving it everything they've got out here. It is two-stroke mania here at Lake Elsinore Raceway on a perfect Saturday. Pretty incredible to think that literally 2 days ago, where I'm sitting, the factory KTM and Kawasaki rigs were out here doing some testing for the Nationals, and today Chase Brennan's doing some testing of the power band on that Suzuki, ringing it out front. The Brennan brothers been all over the country racing, but today they're here with us. Lap number 2, it's Brennan, Olberg, and Stoner, still your top 3, establishing quite the gap, the top 3 here. Dylan Hayes running 4th. Looks like Felix Smith. Shout out to Felix, the rider out of my hometown, Vista, California, holding it down in 5th place. You got Pacheco, Anderson, and Davis rounding out your top 8. Looks like a good battle there for 9th place We got Hopkins, Bowie, Kuhn, Almonte. We are again underway here. Moto for Kids Racing on track summer series. 85cc open on the track now. Again, this event brought to you by No Cap Soda Pop. Shout out to some of our sponsors on site here. Two Low products, Full Throttle Power Sports, Select Logic, and as always, our friends at Temecula Motorsports helping us out here. For now, 85cc open age all over the track. Chase Brennan wheeling the rollers there, making it look easy. 1 lap to go here. Number 3 leading the way. Chase fresh off of, let's see. Battle for second is actually the one to keep your eyes on right now. Logan Olberg and CJ Stoner, the battle for second with less than 1 lap to go. Dylan Hayes all alone in 4th place, but not if Felix Smith has anything to do with it. Looks like Pacheco and Anderson separated by a few tenths of a second, battling for 6th. Logan Davis and Adrian Hopkins. Adrian, the rider out of Whitman, Arizona. Christian Granados, Mason Bowie, and Shane Kuhn, all in a tight battle for 10th. Nick Almonte, Deegan Cornelius, and Ryder Club in a little battle there for 13th. Looks like Coulter Raper all alone in 16th. We got people from all over the place in this class. Locals like your boy Chase Brennan out of Winchester, and all the way out to Surprise, Arizona, and Coolidge, Arizona. Peoria, Arizona, Jamison Dash. Riders making their way out here to Elsinore to cool off for the weekend instead of hanging out in Arizona in the triple digits right now. Checkered flag for your winner, number 3, Chase Brennan. Solid showing for the Suzuki rider. Again, second place belongs to Logan Olberg. CJ Stoner keeping him honest there in 3rd place. Real close. We'll see how the second moto goes in this class later.
Is your new little rider struggling to touch the ground on their Yamaha PW50? Two Low Products has created the first adjustable rear lowering kit to boost confidence and control from the very first ride. Order your kit today at twolowproducts.com and use code MOTOFORKIDS to save $15 off your purchase.
Need your dirt bike race ready? Head to Full Throttle Power Sports right here in East County, San Diego. From premium parts and accessories to precision dyno tunes, Mike and the expert team have you covered. Keep your ride at peak performance. Screenshot the info on your screen now or call the team at Full Throttle this week.
Every missed call is lost revenue. Select Logic deploys custom AI agents to answer calls, capture fresh leads, and book appointments 24/7. Go to selectlogic.com right now to test a live AI employee yourself.
Again, thank you for joining us on the live stream. Our first of many to come here. Moto for Kids Racing, doing it big providing live streaming for all of you who can't make it, and all of you that are in your trailer here in the parking lot, or your motorhome, or on your smartphone, watching live. As some of our 65cc competitors make their way around the track. There's action everywhere right now. It's hard to call it. We'll see who we got when they come across after the first lap. Loving some of these sections on this track, providing some good racing options, different lines inside and outside in the corners. Some fun racing here. Looks like Enzo Posca leading the way for the 10 to 11s. Followed by Prem Howard and Wesley Fryman. Tanner Lauren holding down fourth place. Four of our seasoned veteran 65 riders here for the Moto for Kids Racing Series. These kids always deliver. Looks like Ezra Armbruster leading the way for the 7 to 9-year-olds with Carter Renneker in second. The rider out of Las Vegas. Armbruster out of Garden Grove, California. Braden Hendry holding down third place. Jackson Armstrong, Robert De La Paz, Sean Connolly, Tishan Furlan-Smith, James Kellerman, Kinsley Burkett, Jagger Anderson, and Presley Roner making up your top 11 of the 7 to 9-year-olds. Braxton Ashmore holding down 12th. For your 10 to 11-year-olds, it's Enzo Posca, Prem Howard, Wesley Fryman, Tanner Lauren, Deegan Ashmore, Parker Trinnell, and Gunnar Frame, your top 7. Meanwhile, 7 and 9s, Ezra Armbruster leading the way. Carter Renneker in second, Braden Hendry in third. Jackson Armstrong holding down fourth place. Robert De La Paz, the rider out of Cedar City, Utah. One of the more beautiful cities you will find yourself in this country. Out here in beautiful Lake Elsinore for the weekend. Holding down fifth. We might have missed it on the live stream, but if you heard the national anthem here earlier played on the guitar, that's by none other than our 6th place rider in this moto, Sean Connolly, the rider out of Van Nuys, California. Multi-talented kids out here on the track as Enzo Posca comes around for another lap in the lead with Prem Howard and Wesley Fryman. Tanner Lauren in a heated battle for second place. Meanwhile, Ezra Armbruster, the number 297 on the Yamaha at Garden Grove, leading the way for the 7 to 9-year-olds. Stretching out quite a good lead here with Carter Renneker, the rider out of Las Vegas, on the Kawasaki, the 101 bike, in second. Braden Hendry there, the rider out of Alpine, California, on the 238. Looks like Robert De La Paz working his way into fourth place there. There's Sean, our rock star, number 818. Sean Connolly working his way up into fifth place there, making moves. James Kellerman, Tishan Furlan-Smith, Jagger Anderson, and Kinsley Burkett all over each other. A battle for 6th place here in the 7 to 9-year-olds. It's like Jackson Armstrong, Braxton Ashmore battling for 10th there. Presley Roner, Milo Cranebull, Liam Bozart, Stellan Zarowitz, and Lucas Campbell rounding out the pack there for the 7 to 9s. It looks like the next time around for our leaders will be the white flag. And our leader here for the 10 to 11s, so far with a very impressive ride, is the 246 Enzo Posca, the rider out of Palmdale, California. You can't miss him. Got the orange helmet and the orange bike out front. Graham Howard in second place, running a good pace. The rider out of Escondido, California, just down the 15 freeway. Tanner Lauren in third. Wesley Fryman, fourth place. As Ezra Armbruster leading the way for the 7 and 9-year-olds coming around here. Shout out to all you fans here in person. A great turnout here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. There's Carter Renneker on the 101 Kawasaki. Clean looking bike and kit. The kid Carter coming out of Las Vegas. Just a few hours south on the 15 from Vegas. You'll find Lake Elsinore Raceway out here. Looks like Robert De La Paz there in fourth place for the 7 to 9-year-olds, and Parker Trinell fifth place for the 10 to 11s. Less than a lap to go here. There's James Kellerman holding out fifth place for the 7 to 9-year-olds right now. But Jagger Anderson making a move there on that last lap, climbing up a few positions to sixth place. Kinsley Burkett in seventh. Here's the 818. Sean Canelli coming across there with a lap to go. Sean in eighth place right now. Braxton Ashmore in ninth. Checkered flag goes to Enzo Posca, your winner of the 10 to 11s, with a very impressive ride there. Wire-to-wire win for number 246, Enzo Posca, rider out of Palmdale. Prem Howard bringing home second place there. The 56 out of Escondido. Howard not messing around here. There's Wesley Fryman bringing home third. Ezra Armbruster takes the victory for the 7 to 9-year-olds with an impressive ride. Ezra bringing home first place. Fourth place goes to Tanner Lauren in your 10 to 11s. It's like Carter Renneker bringing home second place there, the 101 Kawasaki bike out of Las Vegas. Gonna have to pick up the pace just a little bit if he wants to match Armbruster's speed for Moto 2. There's Braden Hendry rounding out your top three, the 238 out of Alpine, California, bringing home third place in the first moto here for 65cc 7 to 9s. There's Robert De La Paz bringing home fourth place, the 22 bike out of Cedar City, Utah. Looks like we're getting ready to start the process for our next moto here, which is going to be, looks like race 8 is on the gate now. Race 8 is going to be our 51cc beginners. This is where it starts to get a little more competitive and start to see a lot of these kids' names popping up at races all over the place, not just locally, but they'll race the national circuit. Oh, looks like two riders tangled in the first corner, but they look to be okay. Pick the bikes up and get going here. Riders are on the track. And this is the 51cc beginners on the track now. Here at Moto for Kids Racing on Track School Summer Series. Brought to you by No Cap Soda Pop, Fox Racing, BC Goggle Company, FMF, Tulo Products, Full Throttle Power Sports, Select Logic, Temecula Motorsports, TBDMX, Guts, Kurt Caselli Foundation. Shout out to Spec Bolt, Temecula Motorsports, Fun Bike Center, Dunlop, ODI Grips, Moto Club Jerky, Nackstar, Motorsport.com, Babes in the Dirt, ETS Racing Fuel, Twisted Development, Bob the Cooler Company, Action Factory, and of course, all the staff here at Lake Elsinore Raceway and the Moto for Kids staff. And all of you race fans out there, parents and competitors. None of this is possible without all of us doing this together. Perfect day for racing out here at Lake Elsinore Raceway as our first lap of the 51cc beginners is underway. Again, some of our youngest competitors on the track now. It's fun to see the improvement as these series goes along. Just this summer alone, from round 1 to round 3, we'll see a big improvement from some of these kids. And some of these names you'll be hearing for years to come, as these are the future stars of the sport out here at Moto for Kids Racing. We'll see who we have out front here as our leader makes their way around. And that's Taos Raper out front, the rider out of Coolidge, Arizona, followed by Elijah Jimenez, Kanoy Albino, Oliver Gooden, looks like Oliver Gooden in 4th, Sutton Scott, Brynlee Hansen, there's a huge pack of riders coming through right there, all separated by literally a few tenths of a second. It's hard to call it. Oh. It looks like the running order from lap number 1. Raper, the number 363, leading the charge. Jimenez, number 22. Albino, number 110. Gooden in 4th. Scott in 5th. Brynlee Hansen, 6th. Remington De La Paz in 7th. Paxton Sid, 8th. Heston Pereiras in 9th. Triton Gutierrez, 10th. Arthur Roney, 11th. Brixton Roner, 12th. Emily Skelton, 13th. And Lawson Winter round out the pack there in 14th. And this is the Moto for Kids racing stream here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Looks like Raper, Jimenez, Albino, Gooden, and Scott, your top 5. And nice battle shaping up for 6th place. Looks like Paxton Sid and Brindley Hansen separated by less than a tenth of a second here. Riders out of Menifee, California and Mesquite, Nevada. Looks like De La Paz, Roner, Skelton rounding out your top 10. Arthur Roney making some moves there into 11th. There's Heston Pereira coming across there in 13th, the young racer out of Fullerton, California. What other series in Southern California will you get to race the national tracks like this with the track all to yourself as a youngster? Some of these beginners getting some invaluable experience out here as they move forward in their racing career. Here we go. 1 lap to go for your leader, Taos Raper, the rider out of Coolidge, Arizona. Way out front on the gas. Running a clean moto here. The 363 bike out of Coolidge, Arizona. Second place, looks like Elijah Jimenez, the number 22 out of Mesa, Arizona. Top 2 here have stretched it out. It looks like third place, Canoy Albino, the rider out of Warner Springs, California, holding it down in third. Fourth place belongs to Oliver Gooden, the rider out of Santee on the number 18 bike. And there's Paxton Sid, who's been making moves every lap in this moto, making their way up into fifth place with Sutton Scott in sixth. Less than a lap to go here for our 51cc beginners. The Moto for Kids Racing Summer Series brought to you by On Track School out here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Our first set of motos out here. We'll do 16 motos. And then we'll take a quick break and we'll run it back. 16 more motos. The white flag is out here for 51cc beginners. It's Raper, Jimenez, Albino, Gooden, Sid, Scott, Hansen, Roner, De La Paz, Skelton, Roney, Gutierrez, Pereiras, and Winter, your top 14. Again, thanks to all of you tuning in and dropping comments in the chat, cheering on your favorite rider, family members. We are happy to be doing the live stream. First time here at Moto for Kids Racing, and our friends at Molden Works got us all set up here. And we have the best seat in the house here, right at the finish line, watching these kids and future stars of motocross making their way around Lake Elsinore Raceway. These kids giving it all they got out here. Some of our youngest competitors. Checkered flag goes to your winner, the number 363, Taos Raper, the rider out of Coolidge, Arizona. Taking a nice wire-to-wire victory there for 51cc beginner. Checkered flag is out here. Looks like Elijah Jimenez taking home second place, the rider out of Mesa, Arizona. A great Moto there for our top 4. Look at Paxton Sid making his way to 4th there. Believe he was in 9th place on the first lap. Nice charge there for the 337 up to 4th place. Kanoy Albino taking him 3rd. The rider out of Warner Springs, California. Your top 5 again, it's Raper, Jimenez, Albino, Sid, and Gooden. In our 51cc beginner class out here in Moto for Kids Racing.
Is your new little rider struggling to touch the ground on their Yamaha PW50? Too Low Products has created the first adjustable rear lowering kit to boost confidence and control from the very first ride. Order your kit today at toolowproducts.com and use code MOTOFORKIDS to save $15 off your purchase.
Need your dirt bike race ready? Head to Full Throttle Power Sports right here in East County, San Diego. From premium parts and accessories to precision dyno tunes, Mike and the expert team have you covered. Keep your ride at peak performance. Screenshot the info on your screen now or call the team at Full Throttle this week.
Every missed call is lost revenue. Select Logic deploys custom AI agents to answer calls, capture fresh leads, and book appointments 24/7. Go to selectlogic.com right now to test a live AI employee yourself.
Let's see who's up next. On the gate next is 51cc open age, junior and senior. Race number 9 of the day. Coming up next. We are stoked to have this opportunity to live stream for you guys as we move forward here this summer with the Summer School Moto for Kids Racing Summer School Series brought to you by On Track School and No Cap Soda Pop. Today's round 1 of 3 championship paying rounds out here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. For our 51cc open age, up next here at Moto for Kids, On Track School Summer Series. And we're off. Would not be possible without all of our sponsors who help us out. No Cap Soda Pop, Fox Racing, BC Goggles, FMF, Dunlop, ODI, Moto Club Jerky, Fun Bike Center, Temecula Motorsports, TBDMX, the Kurt Caselli Foundation, Guts, Spec Bolt, Temecula Motorsports, ODI Grips, Moto Club Jerky, Babes in the Dirt, Too Low Products, Full Throttle Power Sports, Select Logic, Action Factory, Twisted Development, Bob the Cooler Company, ETS Race Fuel, Nackstar, and obviously all of our staff here at Lake Elsinore Raceway and our friends at Molden Works helping us with this live stream. And of course, all of the Moto for Kids staff, from timing and scoring to our flaggers to John and Ashley, the founders of Moto for Kids Racing. Some close friends of mine who I met years ago. Thank them for the opportunity to help be the voice of Moto for Kids. It's been a blast so far doing the live events just on the microphone, but today we're virtual. We are on YouTube, which has been just a really cool development here for the race series. As they make their way around first lap, 17 of Jackson Boyd leading the way. Jackson, the rider out of Huntington Beach, followed by Hunter Bush, another rider out of Huntington Beach. And Cash Taylor in third with a gaggle of riders, as my friend Grant Langston would like to say, battling over fourth. Clay Gonzalez, Rhett Jorgensen, Bryson Torres, James Kellerman, Easton Hernandez, Jagger Anderson, Caden Barron, Grayson Zano, Milo Cranebull, Oliver Foster, Waylon Fryman, and J.R. Love, or Junior Love. out of Pahrump, Nevada, your top 15 here. 2 riders out front from Huntington Beach. Boyd and Bush, followed by Cash Taylor, the local from Winchester. We'll see how this shakes out for the rest of this Moto 51cc open age. Throwing it down out here, Lake Elsinore Raceway. Looks like Boyd stretching out the lead a bit over Bush. Looks like the Orange County boys out front. The number 17 of Boyd with an impressive showing here so far. Again, this is our live stream on YouTube, Moto for Kids Racing. If you're watching, take a quick second, hit that subscribe button on the Moto for Kids Racing YouTube. Help us build a following and a community there as we look forward to growing as we keep going here at Moto for Kids Racing. Looks like another lap led for Jackson Boyd, the 17 out of Huntington Beach. Hunter Bush holding down second place. Another rider out of Huntington Beach, number 18. It looks like the running order is Boyd, Bush, Taylor, Jorgensen, Kellerman, Torres, Barron, Gonzalez, Anderson, and Hernandez, your top 10. Again, that's Jackson Boyd, Hunter Bush, Cash Taylor, Rhett, Jorgensen, James Kellerman, Bryson Torres, Caden Barron, Clay Gonzalez, and Jagger Anderson, your top 9. Easton Hernandez, Grayson Zano, Milo Cranebull, Oliver Foster, Waylon Fryman, and J.R. Love rounding out the pack. And again, we're here at Lake Elsinore Raceway for Moto for Kids Racing On Track School Summer Series. Shout out to all of you watching on YouTube, on the live stream, and in the chat. The white flag is out and awaits our leader as he makes his way around. Looks like Jackson Boyd still out front. And this is race number 8. If you are asking in the chat, race number 8. 51cc open age junior and senior. I see all you in the chat. Just wanted to give you a shout out. Too Low Products, one of our sponsors out here. Cash Taylor holding down in third. Rhett Jorgensen about 1.5 seconds off the pace there. The battle for third. Meanwhile, Bryson Torres made their way into fifth. Caden Barron, 6th. Jagger Anderson's in 7th. Clay Gonzalez, 8th. Easton Hernandez, 9th. Grayson Zano, 10th. And Cranebull, the rider out of Henderson, Nevada, in 11th. Again, another thing we focus on here at Moto for Kids Racing, rider safety. Our flaggers here doing a great job. Some of these smaller displacement classes, the 51cc's and the shaft drive, sometimes our flaggers double as a tow truck, help get the bike and the rider upright and get them on their way. Some of these guys, it's just a helmet and a bike coming around the track. But not going to lie, these kids are all throwing down faster lap times than I would be right now. As the last lap is more than halfway done here for 51cc open age. Looks like the checkered flag is making its way out. Checkered flag is out for your winner, Jackson Boyd, the 17 out of Huntington Beach. Well done, Jackson. Wire-to-wire victory there. The young racer out of Huntington Beach, California. Well done, Jackson. He's almost back to the truck. Before second place, Hunter Bush comes across with a great ride there, Hunter. Finishing second. It's like Huntington Beach taking the top 2 steps of the podium for that first moto here with Boyd and Bush. Meanwhile, Cash Taylor bringing home third place. The rider out of Winchester with Rhett Jorgensen bringing home fourth. The number 100 bike out of Las Vegas. Bryson Torres bringing home fifth, the rider out of Corona, California, followed by another Corona, California rider, Caden Barron. Jagger Anderson, seventh. Clay Gonzalez, eighth. Easton Hernandez, ninth. And it looks like Grayson Zano, your top 10 here for 51cc open age, junior and senior. Again, shout out to our title sponsor, No Cap Soda Pop, with the red, white, and boom flavor.
Is your new little rider struggling to touch the ground on their Yamaha PW50? Two Low Products has created the first adjustable rear lowering kit to boost confidence and control from the very first ride. Order your kit today at twolowproducts.com and use code MOTO4KIDS to save $15 off your purchase.
Need your dirt bike race ready? Head to Full Throttle Power Sports right here in East County, San Diego. From premium parts and accessories to precision dyno tunes, Mike and the expert team have you covered. Keep your ride at peak performance. Screenshot the info on your screen now or call the team at Full Throttle this week.
Every missed call is lost revenue. Select Logic deploys custom AI agents to answer calls, capture fresh leads, and book appointments 24/7. Go to selectlogic.com right now to test a live AI employee yourself.
It is all about the action on the track. It is the Supermini. Let's see, Supermini beginner and girls 85cc Supermini on the track, making their way around. Lap 1 underway here. And it looks like Riley Temple out front for the girls, the 501. Very impressive rider out of Arizona, a regular at the Moto for Kids series. And she is known to throw down some fast lap times out here. The 601 bike, Riley Temple, leading the way for the girls. Meanwhile, Caden Partridge and Grayson Combs in a heated battle for the Supermini beginners. Christian Bryant in third. Dylan Lindsay, Blake Clendenin, Austin Thompson, Deegan Ashmore, and Emmett Garza, your top 8. And there's TJ Burcham, the rider out of Ramona, in 9th. Again, that's Riley Temple leading the way for the girls, the 601 bike out of Mesa, Arizona. And for Supermini Beginner, it's Caden Partridge leading the way. Out front, the rider out of Encinitas, California, followed by Grayson Combs out of Cardiff, neighboring cities down there in beautiful coastal San Diego. Partridge and Combs battling for first. Christian Bryant in third, Dylan Lindsay, Blake Clendenin rounding out your top 5. Keep an eye on the number 17, Blake Clendenin on a TM. Two-stroke out here. It might look like a Yamaha, but it's not. Looks like some good passing going on out there. This Lake Elsinore track providing some good race lines out here, inside and outside. Few sections where passing is key. Let's see. Looks like a little bit of separation from our top 2. But in an impressive showing out here, Riley Temple still leading the way. The 601. The Temple family making their way out here to Southern California for all of the Moto for Kids racing. Making their way from Mesa, Arizona. Making it worth the trip here. Leading the way. Riley out front. Caden Partridge and Grayson Combs leading the way for a Supermini Beginner. Christian Bryant in third. And there's the TM that I was talking about. Blake Clendenin making his way to 4th place on that last lap in front of Dylan Lindsay and Austin Thompson. The riders out of Alpine and Eastvale. Deegan Ashmore in 7th, the rider out of Tehachapi. Emmett Garza in 8th. Again, this is your girls 85cc Supermini and 85cc Supermini Beginner on the track now. Again, we're out here at the newly renovated Lake Elsinore Raceway. If you haven't been here since, it is completely different than before. It's in the same location, same spot that you would enter, but once you come through those gates, it's a little different than you might remember. Jason Baker and the Dream Tracks crew really dreaming up a new creation out here and bringing it to life. And it's really coming along. Good dirt. Got that classic Southern California hard pack, but also when you get here and it's prepped for a race and you see this dark dirt in these corners, you're like, where did that come from? Well, that's all Jason's doing, and his team really going to work out here and providing a new racetrack for Southern California and a practice track for the public. Let's go ahead and follow along with Lake Elsinore Raceway on their social media and tune in to see when you can come out here and ride. But it's the last lap. Riley leading the way. But Caden Partridge, Grayson Combs, Christian Bryant, and Blake Clendenin, your top 4 for 85 Supermini Beginner. Looks like Austin Thompson moving up a spot there into 5th. Dylan Lindsay moving back to 6th that lap. There's Ashmore, Garza, Deegan Ashmore and Emmett Garza, 7th and 8th place. In the Supermini Beginner class out here, Moto for Kids Racing live stream on YouTube. Bringing you the action from round 1 of the on-track school summer series for Moto for Kids Racing out here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Underway. TJ Burcham holding it down in 9th there. The rider out of Ramona, California. which is the home of our next stop, Barona MX. Famous Southern California track will be our second of 3 stops. And then we'll round it out at another AMA national caliber track, Fox Raceway. But for now, it's all about Lake Elsinore. And the future stars of the sport out there. That's Race Ottenride, the rider out of Lee Vining, California. Beautiful town up to 395. Came down to get in some action out here. As Riley Temple takes the checkers. You go, girl. Riley holding it down, throwing down some fast lap times out here. Caden Partridge takes home the win for Supermini Beginner. It's Partridge, Combs, and Bryant, your top 3 there. Well done, boys. Next up, race 11. It's going to be our shaft drive 51cc P-Dubs, aka the P-Dubs. As we're about to get started here for the 4 to 6 year olds. About to hit the track. 51cc multiple speed shaft drive up next. Again, a beautiful day out here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Fantastic job by the track prep staff out here getting us a beautiful racetrack. Moto for Kids Racing. As we drop the gate and have the riders on the track, shaft drive. The bikes might be silent, but it is an action-packed class of racing here. And like we talked about earlier, rider safety, always one of our biggest priorities here. And for the shaft drive class, these youngsters, we have one of our dads out there on a 110, kind of following the last rider of the pack, making sure everything goes smoothly. We give these kids an opportunity to race a real big racetrack. Can only imagine some of the thoughts going on in some of these giant helmets and the little kids. Shout out to all you young racers out there, braving it out, riding the big track out here. We'll see who we have out front as they make their way around here on the first lap. This is race 11. Shaft drive, P-Dubs, also known as the P-Dubs. Making their way around the main racetrack here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Again, if you're interested in coming out and checking out one of these races, highly recommend it. If you have a kid or you know someone who's got a kid who races or wants to race, just got into riding, with every class from beginner all the way to Schoolboy, which are some of the faster kids in this country that show up at this race, all the way from Schoolboy down to Supermini, 65s, 51cc, shaft drive. But there's a class for everyone here. First timers to young experts. We'll find a spot for you out here. And it's not just about the race results, but the community out here and just the bench racing in between motos, and seeing these families out here every month, watching them improve, their kids improve at racing, and just the whole family experience of learning how to conduct a race weekend, how to have fun out here. But right now the fun's all being had on the track by Brixton Roner, your leader, the rider at Alpine followed closely by Maverick Noriega, the rider out of Cypress, California, and Finn Boyd, Huntington Beach racer. Your top three kind of gapping the rest of the field here. And there's Ozzie Crawford, your rider, holding down 4th place, taking the crafty inside line there after the finish line. The rider out of Marana, Arizona, holding down 4th place here in the 51cc multiple speed shaft drive class. Moto for Kids Racing on track school summer series, brought to you by No Cap Soda Pop out here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. There's our friend Clint Smith, the 395, holding down 5th place. Rider out of Ramona. Looks like Deegan Anthony in 6th place. The 421 bike out of Gilbert, Arizona. One of the coolest things about witnessing the Moto for Kids race series over the last few years is just watching how much fun these kids and families have. The racing obviously is an intense moment, and the parents are watching and cheering their kids along, and everyone's hoping their kids do the best, but it's funny when these kids pull off the track, the helmets come off, they're doing kid things like playing together, enjoying the dirt out here at the track, riding their little pit bikes and more, and just realizing that there's more than just the racing when you come to the track for the weekend. It's a whole experience. A lot of siblings out here racing, a lot of siblings out here watching, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends. It's a lot of fun, so spread the word. Moto for Kids Racing is for everybody, but it's also just for the kids. No sandbagging adults out here trying to win some trophies. It's all for the kids. Now let's see, there's Brixton Roner taking the white flag. 1 lap to go for your leader out of Alpine. Got a big gap out front. The number 15, Brixton Roner. There's Maverick Noriega, 2nd place. Rider out of Cypress, California. Got 2nd place locked up for now. Third place coming around. That's Finn Boyd with a fan section over here by the finish line, letting them hear it. Got to imagine these kids are to their limit, pushing it around the track here. So when they come around, they hear their friends and family cheering for them. Gives them that little extra push to get around the last lap here in the 51cc multiple speed shaft drive class. 1 more lap for Ozzie Crawford, holding it down in 4th place. The 314 Gas rider coming to us from Arizona. Again, this is the on-track school summer series, round 1 at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Round 1 of 3 championship rounds this summer. We're out here at Elsinore today. In July, we will be at Verona, out in Ramona, California. And in August, I believe August 8th, we will wrap up the summer school series at Fox Raceway out there at Paula. White flag is out and the checkered flag is waiting. Here in the multiple speed shaft drive P-Dub class, wrapping up their first moto here, Moto for Kids Racing at Elsinore, as our leader appears to be making their way around. The checkered flag is out for your winner, Brixton Roner, taking home the dub there. The number 15 bike out of Alpine, California, with a great moto there, bringing it home. Great ride, Brixton. Looks like next we're going to have our 65cc open age and 65cc girls 7 to 11. All right, we are underway here for our 65cc open and 65cc girls 7 to 11s on the track now. This is Moto 12 of 16 here for our first set of motos. Moto for Kids Racing on track. School Summer Series, round 1 of 3 this summer. Moto for Kids Racing brought to you by No Cap Soda Pop, Fox Racing, Fox Moto, BC Goggles, ETS Racing Fuel, and more. Let's see, see who we have once they come around. Shout out to Too Low Products, Full Throttle Power Sports, Select Logic, Guts Racing, TBDMX, the Caselli Foundation, and it looks like Enzo Posca leading the way again. A moto winner from earlier, doing a little rinse and repeat here. Wesley Fryman, Ezra Armbruster, Robert De La Paz, Tanner Lauren, Carter Renneker, Braden Hendry, Prem Howard, Sean Connolly, rounding out your top 9. And for the girls, it's Kinsley Burkett leading the way over Presley Roner. Kinsley and Presley in a heated battle for girls, 65cc 7 to 11s out front. Followed by Alexa Nelson and Liana Fryman all over each other battling for third. So it's Posca, Fryman, Armbruster, De La Paz, Lauren, Renneker, Hendry, Howard, Connolly, and Zano, your top 10 for open age, with Kinsley Burkett, Presley Roner, Alexa Nelson, and Liana Fryman, your top 4 in the girls 7 to 11s after one lap. Looks like a Posca kind of stretching his lead out front. Battle for second is pretty tight with Fryman and Armbruster, looks like. And then a few seconds behind them, a nice battle for fourth with De La Paz, Lauren, and Renneker. Another lap led for Enzo Posca. Armbruster making his way up into second place there. Fryman in third. De La Paz, Lauren, and Renneker in a heated battle for fourth. Looks like Braden Hendry and Prem Howard battling for seventh, excuse me. It's Posca, Armbruster, Fryman, De La Paz, Lauren, your top 5. And we have Renneker, Hendry, Howard, and Connolly, your top 9. Meanwhile, Kinsley Burkett leading the way for the ladies. The rider number 23 out of Alpine, California. Well, I spoke too soon. She's leading the way, but she just went off the track. Presley Roner makes her way into the lead. It's like bike won't start for Burkett. We'll see what's going on over there. It's like they're trying to bump start the bike. That's unfortunate for our early race leader. That's a heartbreaker for our early moto leader. Oh, looks like they got the bike fired. She's back. Uh-oh, and they're getting it fired. And she'll be back on the track here shortly. All right, back to the action here. It's Enzo Posca leading the way. 1 lap to go. Ezra Armbruster holding it down in second. Wesley Fryman, third place. Robert De La Paz in fourth. Tanner Lara in fifth. Carter Renneker in sixth, the rider out of Las Vegas. Braden Hendry holding it down in seventh place. Prem Howard, seventh, or in eighth right now. Less than a lap to go here for the girls, 65cc 7 to 11s and the 65cc open age out on the track. There's Kinsley Burkett. Looks like she got back up, or Presley Roner, excuse me. Checkered flag is out for your winner of the 65cc open age moto number 1, Enzo Posca. Another impressive moto from Enzo. Looks like Ezra Armbruster bringing home second place. All right, that's Enzo Posca taking home the victory there, followed by Ezra Armbruster, Wesley Fryman, Robert De La Paz, Carter Renneker. That's your top 5. And for our girls 65cc 7 to 11s, it's Presley Roner, Alexa Nelson, Kinsley Burkett, Liana Fryman, and Lyric Stratton rounding out your top 5.
Is your new little rider struggling to touch the ground on their Yamaha PW50? Two Low Products has created the first adjustable rear lowering kit to boost confidence and control from the very first ride. Order your kit today at twolowproducts.com and use code MOTOFORKIDS to save $15 off your purchase.
Need your dirt bike race ready? Head to Full Throttle Power Sports right here in East County, San Diego. From premium parts and accessories to precision dyno tunes, Mike and the expert team have you covered. Keep your ride at peak performance. Screenshot the info on your screen now or call the team at Full Throttle this week.
Every missed call is lost revenue. Select Logic deploys custom AI agents to answer calls, capture fresh leads, and book appointments 24/7. Go to selectlogic.com right now to test a live AI employee yourself.
Looks like the bikes are on the track for our next moto. Race number 13 on the track, 51cc 4 to 6s. The juniors out there. All right, thank you again for joining us on the Moto for Kids Racing YouTube channel for the live stream here at the On Track Summer School Summer Series. The On Track School Summer Series brought to you by No Cap Soda Pop out here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Well underway in our first set of motos today. A lot of good racing so far and a lot of good racing to come. Again, we're out here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Newly revamped, new track layout, new dirt, new facilities. In the early stages of its new look and already unrecognizable if you're used to the old Elsinore. We are one lap down. Jet Stoltz leading the way for the 4 to 6-year-olds out there. Cole Hendry and Barrett Benton battling for second place. Case Urbanski not far off the charge there in fourth place. Sutton Scott and Breaker Baggett make up your top 6. And again, Breaker Baggett, the son of Blake Baggett, former Supercross and outdoor champion of the sport, El Chupacabra, is now, much like some of his other retired racing friends, full-blown moto dad. Holding it down out here, mom and dad. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Baggett, both bringing the kids out here and shaking it up in the Moto for Kids race series. You never know who you run into out here. It's cool to see second and even some third generations of race families participating in this series out here. Having some fun along the way and learning everything about racing as they move along. Was that our last round? We had the Alessis, Baggetts, and Villapotos out here. As someone who grew up same age as all the dads, it's pretty cool to see all their kids out here continuing the tradition of family fun at the motocross track on weekends with a little racing in between. But Jet Stoltz continues to impress out here, leading the way. The number 78, the rider out of Surprise, Arizona, leading the charge in the 51cc 4 to 6-year-old junior max division out here. On track school summer series. Moto for Kids racing out here at Lake Elsinore. And here comes Jet. Another lap in the lead. Number 78. Kind of on cruise control out in front. Cole Hendry and Barrett Benton. That's the battle to watch here. The battle for second place. Separated by less than a tenth of a second. It's Hendry and Benton. With Case Urbanski, the rider out of Gilbert, Arizona, in fourth place, trying to catch up to that battle for second. There's Baggett moving up into fifth that last lap. Carrying on the tradition, rocking the number 4, just like Dad. Sutton Scott, your sixth place rider out of Murrieta, California, the number 85. Trying to keep Baggett in his sights. There's Hudson Fansler coming across there, the rider out of Grand Terrace, and Arthur Roney, the rider out of Paris, in a heated battle for 7th place. Rounding out the pack here in our 51cc 4 to 6-year-old division. Again, 4 to 6 in terms of baseball. These are T-ball age kids out here riding Lake Elsinore Raceway. To put it in perspective, very impressive showing from all of these kids today, but especially some of these youngsters. Just really showing some poise and maturity, making their way around this racetrack. As the white flag awaits our leader, Jet Stoltz, making his way around. 1 lap to go here, 51cc 4-6s. Again, the battle for second is the one I'm watching here. Jet's got first place pretty much wrapped up out front. Battle for second, all eyes on Hendry and Benton. Here they come. And it's Benton still in second place. I'm sorry, Hendry in second, Benton in third. With less than a lap to go. Case Urbanski in fourth. Kind of got the track to himself. Here comes Breaker Baggett coming across in fifth with 1 lap to go. And there's Sutton Scott holding down sixth place, trying to keep Baggett in his sights. Sutton Scott, the rider out of Murrieta, followed by Hudson Fansler and Arthur Roney. Less than a lap to go here in the 51cc 4-6s for the on-track school summer series out here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Moto for Kids Racing, brought to you by No Cap Soda Pop. On this really nice Saturday out here at Lake Elsinore. Not too hot, not cold. Got ourselves a little breeze coming over. Feeling pretty nice here in the shade. Here, bringing you the live stream on YouTube.
I'll take a water.
It looks like checkered flag is out. For your winner, Jet Stoltz, another moto victory today. The number 78 out of Surprise, Arizona is here to collect some hardware. If he can match his performances in the second motos, you will be bringing home some trophies to Surprise, Arizona. Second place goes to Hendry, Cole Hendry, followed by Barrett Benton. And it looks like we're going to throw some water on the track real quick before we line up Schoolboy in 125-250C. Or Senior, 125-250 Senior, excuse me. Throw a little water on the track. It was getting a little thirsty. And we'll be back to it here in a second. Here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. And of course, shout out to all of our vendors here on site. Strictly Wild out there selling some items. Got TBD MX here helping with bikes. We are back. 125, 250. Schoolboy on the track now. It's Mason Hayes. David Whipple leading the way for Schoolboy 2. All right, so for 125, 250 senior, 16 to 19s, we have Mowgli Rowe leading the way, Jake Van Sant, Luke Sutterfield, Hunter McManamaw, and Braden Ramos, your top 5. Schoolboy 2, 12 to 17, we have Mason Hayes, David Whipple, Gavin Drake, and Brandon Bowie, your top 4. Again, these are 16 to 19-year-olds and 12 to 17-year-olds out there right now. These are our oldest competitors of Moto for Kids. Seniors, if you will, are fresh out of school, enjoying the summer series out here. On-track school summer series. Track looking prime after a nice little water break, and we're back. And these guys are all over each other out front. Again, there's 2 classes out there right now, but they're all running a pretty similar pace. The 125, 250 seniors, Mowgli Rowe, fastest lap time right now, 156, while David Whipple, your leader of Schoolboy 2, is running about a 2-minute lap time. So a few seconds difference there, but it's Mowgli Rowe, Jake Van Sant, Luke Sutterfield, Hunter McManamaw, and Braden Ramos, your top 5 for 125, 250 senior. And Schoolboy 2, it's David Whipple, Mason Hayes, Brandon Bowie, and Gavin Drake, your top 4. It's cool to get, I have a family member, shout out mom, watching the live stream at home. And she just said it's super cool to see all the jumps and the drone footage. So we're glad that you guys are all enjoying the multiple points of view that we're providing of the track out here for the racing. Some good action here in the Schoolboy 2 with Whipple, Hayes, Bowie, and Drake all really close. And Jake Van Sant. There's Mowgli Rowe out front. The 101. Jake Van Sant in second. Luke Sutterfield third. David Whipple, Mason Hayes out front for Schoolboy 2. Again, it's Whipple, Hayes, Bowie, and Drake, the top 4 in Schoolboy 2. With Mowgli Rowe, Jake Van Sant, Luke Sutterfield, Hunter McManamaw, and Braden Ramos, your top 5 in 125, 250 senior. Again, this is Schoolboy 2, 12 to 17, and 125, 250 senior, 16 to 19 on the track. Looks like Mowgli Rowe stretching out his lead a little bit over Jake Van Sant. Meanwhile, David Whipple leading the way for his class in between those two on the track now. White flag is out for our leader, Mowgli Rowe, the rider out of Marietta. Jake Van Sant holding down second place. The rider out of Poway. These 250s are barking right here in front of the scoring tower. But it's Rowe, Van Sant, and Sutterfield, your top three in 125 250 senior. Again, that's Rowe, Van Sant, Sutterfield, McManamon, and Ramos. And it's David Whipple, Brandon Bowie, Mason Hayes, and Gavin Drake. The running order for the Schoolboy 2. Less than a lap to go here. And again, it's June, and we are enjoying a beautiful day out here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Little cloud cover, little breeze, little sunshine, and a lot of racing. Next time around will be the checkered flag. Just a few corners to go for Mowgli Rowe, who has been very impressive here. Checkered flag for your winner, Mowgli Rowe, the rider out of Marietta with a strong moto there, making a statement. So for 125 250 senior, Mowgli Rowe takes the victory. Jake Van Sant, second place. Luke Sutterfield, third. For Schoolboy 2, David Whipple brings home the win. Brandon Bowie, second place. Mason Hayes, third. Gavin Drake, fourth. Next, we have the Mini E 4-8s and the girls junior senior 4-8s. Again, this is race 15 of 16 on the track now. It's the Mini E 4 to 8-year-olds and the girls junior senior 4 to 8s. Making their way around now out here at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Beautiful Saturday for racing motocross out here. The Moto for Kids racing on-track school summer series, round 1 of 3. Brought to you by No Cap Soda Pop out here. They're making their way around, completing the first lap. Looks like a nice little battle shaping up out front. Top two have kind of gotten away. That's Jet Stoltz, and I can't make out the other rider who's in first, but I'll let you know here in a second when they come around. see. That's Bryson Torres out front, the 824, followed closely by Jet Stoltz. Jet Ferry in third, Grayson Zano, Easton Hernandez, and Bronson Crawford, your top 6 right now. Oliver Gooden in 7th, the rider out of Santee. Again, that's Torres, Stoltz, Jet Ferry, Grayson Zano, Easton Hernandez, Bronson Crawford, Oliver Gooden, Hudson Fansler, Cole Hendry, Jet Carter, rounding out your top 10. And leading the way for the girls, 4 to 8, is Chloe Trop, followed closely by Alexa Nelson. 2 girls battling the number 228 and 614. And there's Gianna Tomasada in third, followed by Sailor Shaver. The battle over third place for the girls. 5th place belongs to Emily Skelton for now. Again, these girls are 4 to 8 years old in that division. There's Brynlee Hansen in 6th. So the mini E 4 to 8s. Torres, Stoltz, Ferry, Zano, Hernandez, Crawford, Gooden, Fansler, Hendry, and Carter. And your girls, junior and senior, it's Trop, Nelson, Tomasada, Shaver, Skelton, and Hansen. There's another lap led for 824. Bryson Torres, the rider out of Corona, with Jet Stoltz, who's already taken home a few moto victories today, trying to keep him honest in 2nd place. Jet Ferry and Easton Hernandez giving it everything they got, battling for 3rd. Bryson Crawford moving up a spot there into 5th. Grayson Zano in 6th now. Got multiple states in the top 5 here. Riders from Corona, California, Surprise, Arizona, Huntington Beach, Menifee, Marana, Arizona, and Las Vegas, Nevada. Then there's Oliver and Gooden in 7th, the rider out of Santee. There's Cole Hendry moving up a spot there into 8th. There's Chloe Trop leading the way for the girls. Alexa Nelson in 2nd. Chloe Trop leading the way, the rider out of Hamul, California. Just slightly ahead of Alexa Nelson, the local from Canyon Lake. Just up the road here. There's Jet Carter, Little Danger, holding it down in 10th, the 386 bike out of Pahrump, Nevada. There's Sailor Bean, Sailor Shaver moving it up to 3rd place. She's just ahead of Gianna Tomasada there. It's movement all over the place in both classes. Emily Skelton holding down 5th place, the rider out of Florence, Arizona. Number 626. Let's see, that's Brynlee Hansen, the number 81, out of Mesquite, Nevada. Coming out here to enjoy a Saturday at Lake Elsinore Raceway. Moto for Kids Racing. On Track School Summer Series, round number 1. It looks like the white flag is out for our leader. That's Bryson Torres with an impressive moto here. 1 lap to go, Bryson. Out front. Jet Stoltz keeping him honest. About 4 or 5 seconds off the pace there. Jet Ferry out of Huntington Beach pushing it in third, followed closely by Easton Hernandez. Jet might be inspired by watching his parents. They do drag racing, funny car racing. Some pretty impressive horsepower there. Jet out here holding it down on 2 wheels. Followed by Hernandez, Zano, and Crawford making up your top 6. And let's see here. Our leaders for the girls, 4 to 8s making their way around. They'll be getting the white flag. That's, let's see, that's Oliver Gooden and Cole Hendry. 7th, the battle for 7th heating up for the boys. Chloe Trop leading the way for the girls. She's established quite a lead here, but Alexa Nelson is not letting her have it easy. She says, wait for me. I'm just 5 seconds off the pace. Great ride from these young girls out here. There's Hudson Fansler in 9th.
Who's coming up on the 35?
Less than a lap to go here for your girls, junior and senior 4 to 8s, and your mini E 4 to 8s. There's Jet Carter in 10th. And Sailor Shaver holding it down in 3rd place for the girls. Sailor, the rider out of Lake Elsinore, said, this is my home track. I gotta get a top 3 at least. There's Gianna Tomasada in 4th. Emily Skelton in 5th. And your winner of the Mini E 4 to 8s, taking the checkers, that's Bryson Torres, the rider out of Corona, California. Great ride for Bryson. Easton Hernandez climbed his way up into 2nd place there on the last lap. Jet Stoltz brings it in 3rd, and Jet Ferry just missing the top 3 there in 4th place. Again, that's Torres, Hernandez, Stoltz, and Ferry, your top 4. Which brings us to our 16th and final moto of the first set of motos. It's going to be our 85cc's 13 to 15s and our 85cc 9 to 12s. And that sound can only mean one thing. The 85s are on the track. Our 16th moto of the day is underway. right, 85cc, 13 to 15s and 9 to 12s coming around on their first lap here. We'll see who we have out front. A lot of action in these classes here. some of the best. Let's see. Dylan Hayes out front. It's Dylan Hayes, Logan Olberg, Colton Potke, Christian Granados, LJ Pacheco, Adrian Hopkins, Logan Davis, Grayson Combs, Nick Almonte, Caden Partridge. And leading the way for the 9 to 12-year-olds, it's CJ Stoner, Tate Anderson, Felix Smith, Wesley Fryman, Shane Kuhn, Ryder Club, Colton Raper, Bobby Steffen, Prem Howard, Caden Cornelius, and Mason Bowie. Round out your top 11 for the 9 to 12s. So it's Dylan Hayes out front for the 13 to 15s, followed by Logan Olberg, Colton Potke, Christian Granados, and LJ Pacheco, your top 5. Meanwhile, your top 5 for the 9 to 12s, CJ Stoner, Tate Anderson, Felix Smith, Wesley Fryman, and Shane Kuhn. It looks like Olberg making his way into the lead over Dylan Hayes for your 13 to 15s. Looks like Olberg, the rider out of Alpine, California, making the pass. Olberg out front. Dylan Hayes, Colton Potke, Christian Granados, LJ Pacheco, Adrian Hopkins, Logan Davis, Grayson Combs, making up your top 8. Oh, we got a proud mom here. Logan Olberg's mom just hanging out, watching her son lead the way for the 13 to 15s. Meanwhile, we have CJ Stoner, Tate Anderson, and Felix Smith, your top 3 for the other class, which is the 9 to 12s. Looks like a good battle between Prem Howard and Coulter Raper, Caden Cornelius, and Mason Bowie. The battle for 6th. For the 13 to 15s, it's Olberg, Hayes, Potke, Granados, Pacheco, your top 5. Followed by Hopkins, Davis, Combs, Almonte, Partridge, and Clendenin, rounding out your top 11. But all eyes are on the battle for the lead up front. Olberg, Hayes, and Potke, and Stoner, Anderson, and Smith. Here comes our leader. There's Logan Olberg out front. Colton Potke moved up to 2nd there. Dylan Hayes in 3rd. Granados 4th. Hopkins 5th. Pacheco moves down to 6th place that lap. Logan Davis holding it down in 7th. Looks like maybe a flat tire for Ryder Club. I can't tell, but it looks like a bike issue. He's pulling off. Last lap underway. The 9 to 12s. It's Stoner, Anderson, Smith, Kuhn, Fryman, Howard. And your 13 to 15s, it's Olberg, Potke, Hayes, Granados, Hopkins. Less than a lap to go here. It's a nice battle in 13 to 15s between Olberg and Potke. Looks like Olberg is stretching it out a little bit here. The checkered flag awaits for your winner of 13 to 15s. That's Logan Olberg out of Alpine, California, taking home the victory. Colton Potke takes home second. Christian Granados moves into third there. Dylan Hayes, fourth. Adrian Hopkins, fifth. LJ Pacheco, sixth. First place for 9 to 12s belongs to CJ Stoner. Great ride, CJ. Bringing home the victory for the 9 to 12s. Second place belongs to Tate Anderson. Third place goes to Felix Smith. So again, for the 13 to 15s, that's Olberg, Potke, Granados, your top three. Dylan Hayes finishes fourth. Adrian Hopkins, fifth. LJ Pacheco, sixth. Logan Davis, seventh. Then it's CJ Stoner winning the 9 to 12s, followed by Tate Anderson, Felix Smith, Shane Kuhn, Wesley Fryman, your top five. And that wraps up our first set of motos here for the day. We are going to take a quick water break here on the track. I'm going to take a quick water break for myself. And we'll be right back. Enjoy the sights and sounds of Lake Elsinore Raceway. In the meantime, this is Moto for Kids Racing. I'm Joey, your host. Thanks for hanging out with us today.